2017, question 15. Consider the following chemical equation. Which of the following is the correct combination? Now, this is very similar to 2013, question 16. It's also asking you about to solve the unknowns, basically to find the unknown coefficients x, y, and z here. Now, in that video, maybe I'll add the video link to the description. Now, in that video in 2013, question 16, we learned of three methods. The first method was to do the chemical half equations, so to sort out the half equations and then to find the overall equation. But for that, I think it's a bit complicated here. It's going to take you quite some time. So we'll move on to the second method, which was to first figure out if there are any unknowns that you could do, and then to substitute these values in it. Like, for example, x is 4, y is 2, z is 2. Let's try this method, and actually this method is the fastest. And as I said in that video, for each particular question, it would depend on which method works best. So here, let's look at if there are any unknowns, if x, y, and z could be solved without us even looking at these options here. So for HCl here, x, can we find x? Look, on the left-hand side, so here I have N nickel 2 hydroxide. How many hydrogen atoms do I have here? For this one, I have 2, but don't forget you need to times it with the coefficient. So that is 3 times 2, I have 6 hydrogen atoms here. Here, I don't know how many, so that's an unknown. And here, there's no hydrogen atom at all. How about on the right-hand side? Right-hand side here, where's my hydrogen? I only have it here. And how many hydrogen atoms do I have here? I have 6 times 2, 12 hydrogen atoms. 12 hydrogen atoms. So in the whole of the right side, I have total 12 hydrogen atoms. And obviously, we have learned that to balance the chemical equation, I should have the same number of hydrogen atoms. So here I have 6 originally already present from nickel 2 hydroxide. So how many will I have here in the HCl? Obviously, that means I would need to have 6 hydrogen atoms here. And that means the coefficient actually for x would be 6. And you actually already found one of the unknowns. There are 6 hydrogen atoms. Now see if you can do the rest. Can you do for y and z as well? Y here, you have gold. This is gold. Over here, it's also an unknown, so it's difficult for you to find that. How for Cl? Is there a way for you to find Cl? Here you have 6 Cl atoms. Here it's an unknown. Here, you see there's another unknown here. So there's no way for you to know Z or even Y. So with that, actually, it's already a big help. It's already a big help that you already know that there are 6. The coefficient of x is 6. So options A and C are incorrect. So what you're going to do next is you're going to substitute the value of y to be as 2 and z as 2, and also for 3 and 3. So whichever is correct, then obviously that will be the answer. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do the first one here, the 2 and 2. So assuming this is the y is 2, this is 2, let me rub this out. This is 2, and z will also be 2. Okay, and then now there's a hint here I want to give you is that I see a lot of people start to count nickel, like you'll see if it's balanced or not. No, you don't have to do that. Remember, what were the remaining ions that we need to find, or the remaining atoms that we need to find? It was these guys, right? We didn't find this, we didn't find this, and we didn't find this. So you can just look for whether these are balanced or not, whether these were the ones that are balanced or not. So what I mean by that, so let's look at chloride ion, for example. Chloride ion. Here I have 6 chlorine atoms. 6 chlorine atoms. Here I have, for this one here, I have 4 times 2. Remember, the coefficient is 2. I have 8 chlorine atoms in total. So here on the left-hand side, I have 14 of them. How about on the right-hand side? On the right-hand side, I have 12 here. So 3 times 4. This is 12. Maybe I'll just write 12 here. 12 chlorine atoms. And here, I have 2 chlorine atoms. I have 14. And actually, just finding the chlorine atoms would be enough for you. The answer is B. Now, why is that? Now, let's say, for example, I'm going to change this. Instead of it, Y and Z being 2, I'm going to change it. I'll say that it is 3. Let's say it is 3. Let me say it's 3. So Y is 3. So I'm doing option D then. Let's see what happens. This is 3. So now, what's the number of chlorine atoms here? Same as before, there's still 6 chlorine atoms. Here, they're now not 8 anymore. Now there are 12 chlorine atoms. So on the left-hand side, now you have 18. How about on the right-hand side? Here, 12 from the beginning. You already had that there. And 3 more from here. On the right-hand side, you have 15 chlorine atoms. And immediately you'll notice they're still not balanced. So you don't have to balance you don't have to check every single one of them. Just check the remaining few ones that you didn't solve before, and that will be enough for you to do it. Okay, so each question will have their own method. Best method would be depending on that particular question. So there were 3 methods. Again, if you want to watch, you can look at the video at the description for 2013 question 16. So the answer for this is B.